let's go. Episode 25, between two wheels.
25th time of doing this.
We're actually, let's just high five. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's dive into the serious matters of new SRAM.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about this yet.
No, it's been out now for what, a month or so?
Or more than that.
2 months, I guess.
2 months, yeah.
Yep, on the floor.
Yeah.
7090 new GX equivalent sort of stuff, and NX equivalent stuff.
Yeah, the Watsons have kind of really done an update on their bits.
And I dare say they've gone off in a little bit of a different direction than their rivals from Shimano, and even from what I thought they would do.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped about it myself.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's really neat.
A lot of little details of this that are actually pretty user friendly. So
perfect. Well, let's our man Q to roll one in here.
Roll one in here.
So this is the 70 group.
Yep.
You are well learned on this stuff. How about you? I'll do the Vanna White part of it, and you chat away.
Okay, so I think the most relevant points, other than the 70 being the more affordable of the two, so you'll see it on more bikes. The 70 group set runs on an HG hub driver, which means that there's a way wider variety of rear wheels it could come on. In exchange for these cost savings, you're going to see some increased weight on your bike.
Totally.
Pretty standard issue. When you pay a little less, you weigh a little more. The rear derailleur's not as rebuildable as the 90.
But still rebuildable.
But still far more rebuildable than any derailleur of this price has ever been.
Yeah.
Cranks, the focus on the crank and the chainring was just bang for the buck, good value, good durability. So again, some grams added in there.
Heavier but durable.
Heavier but durable, and I think the key thing with this is this is a very obtainable group set, whether it's on an entry point to an e-bike or whether it's on a normal analog trail bike. You're getting a big level of serviceability for probably the most serviceability for this price that I think the mountain bike industry has offered yet.
Totally. With the shifter with the 70, it's a one clicker, right?
It's a one clicker. So which you're going to see anyways on a lot of e-bikes, because that's typically how they're spec'd, is one click only.
Yeah, they're waiting for shift ramps.
Yep.
Yep.
Like it's a little different cosmetic treatment. I've tootled around a little bit, not a ton yet, and so far my initial ride impressions are that this performance itself is very similar. Early days still, so
between 70 and 90.
Yes.
Yep.
So there'll be obviously there's going to be some people who've ridden it more that might disagree, but so far I'm pretty impressed by the parity on that front.
Yeah, just the full-on durability of it, and utilizing UDH and like there's it's cool to see, like it's kind of a bit of a standard, right?
Yeah. Important to note that this is more new bike centric. Like this is UDH only, so you can't put it on an older bike. It doesn't really play with older transmission like GX and NX stuff. Like it's kind of moving forward.
I guess moving forward, creating a standard, but yeah. The older stuff will not work.
Yeah. So if you've got a bike from the last couple of years and you want to upgrade to this, you definitely could.
Yep.
But there would be some limitations if your bike's more than a few years old.
From my tiny bit of internet sleuthing, it seems like anyone that is riding it is liking it. So
yeah, like some of the initial impressions I heard, guys were kind of like overjoyed that they'd finally brought out the wired or cabled version of this stuff. And then I read some of the reviews and they were a bit lukewarm, and I was kind of like, huh. But then once I got further into it, most of the reviews I've read, people are really pleased.
Sweet.
So I've ridden it, like I say, ridden it a little bit, and I actually really like the way it feels. Which is coming from a spoiled wireless guy.
Yeah, I get it. The cool piece too is that like how rebuildable they are. The next bike that Q's going to roll in a second kind of illustrates that, because he actually
did some stuff
like out of the box to make it kind of look different.
Yeah.
And it's cool. You can just get those parts.
Absolutely, yeah. Like you can take the 90 series rear derailleur, you can basically bust it right down, and not only service it, but if you so chose, you could modify it.
Yeah.
And make it look different. All right.
So now we got some 90 on this bike.
Yep.
That doesn't literally look like 90 because it's got some 70 dust covers.
He put the like Michael Knight, like Knight Rider, Darth Vader weekend package on this.
Totally. He's
stealth.
he's definitely going full Darth Vader with this, other than his like call out to yellow. He likes yellow.
Yeah. I mean, he kept it very low key, except for the part where he's got
it's not low key.
The front banner announcing what a gangster he is.
Yeah, it's pretty good, I gotta say.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool seeing, like, when was the last time you saw a really, really banging bike that wasn't electric?
Yeah, no question. It's definitely bringing some of that that progress shifting wise back down into a realm that a lot more riders would touch. I like the shifter on this one. Like the materials are a little nicer. It's just a little more positive feeling.
I like it. It's kind of industrial looking. It's cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have a bunch of like weird plastic bits and chunks on it.
Pretty key to point out, and I didn't have this in the footnotes, but you can get the upgrade kit too. Right. So if you do ride this and then 2 years in you're like, man, I need to go cable free, it's like you can pull the derailleur apart and actually modify it.
Yeah, make it
which is super cool because there's a lot of crossover between the mechanical and electrical stuff.
That's neat.
Yeah, I really like that.
This is going to nicely segue into two things. We have demos with this product on it, 90. So I believe it's in Bronson and Bullets.
Bronson and Bullets. So the Bullet e-bike, Bronson regular hardcore bike.
Yeah. So they're in the rental fleet. Go to the stores.
Yep.
Scroll down, find out where you want to pick it up, and check them out. Another thing we're going to be doing which is new with demos, is Big E here is going to be running private demos. So if you've got a group of 1,
two,
more 2, 3, 6, but most likely like 2+ is probably the best way to get at it.
Yep.
And we'll meet you somewhere, and you can pick up the bikes, do some actual private demos, have someone there to show you how to set it up.
So we can show you around the trails if you want. We can shadow you for tech support. We can wait there just to give you chips after. Yeah. Whatever your group requires, but it's a great way to really truly assess just the changes that are going on, because when you read this stuff, it always sounds new and cool, which is typical of all new and cool mountain bike things. But I think if you haven't ridden these group sets, it's different. It's really solid feeling.
Yeah, it's cool. As always, it's always the latest and greatest. I think the key feature of that is that if you do one of the kind of group ride outs, you have somebody there, make sure it's set up properly.
Yep.
Not only suspension, but shifting, and not that it isn't coming out of the store anyway, but it's one of those ones that's always nice having someone there with you to make sure that your ride goes.
Well, we can answer questions. We can help with set up specific stuff. Like there's always some little details that us mountain bikers like to fret on, so we can cover that off and get you going, and that way you have the most sort of focused experience on the new bike and the new stuff, as opposed to worrying about some of the minutia. So.
Yeah, it could be some still like making sure your brake levers are the right angle and the right depth in and stuff. So
right angle brake levers, that's critical.
Totally.
The last thing you want is a wrist condition.
Correct.
Some of us know what I mean. Yeah, I'm trying to think what other relevant facts. I mean, there's a few technical tidbits floating around in my head. And by all means, if you've got questions about this, hit us in the comments, because we can answer, help guide you. This stuff's available pretty readily now from all of our vendors to be put onto existing bikes. Yeah, so if you're in the mood to shine up your rig, the Tooth Fairies just dropped by and hooked you up.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. Like, now's the time to get dialed and ready for pretty much the best part of Western Canada's riding season, which
we're good to go here.
Starts right after the June monsoon.
Yeah, once we get the arc built after this weekend, we'll be good to go.
Yeah, we got some sump pumps out in the trails.
Yeah,
get those holes pumped up.
I think it's going to be damp, but looks like awesome for next week. So
yeah, it'll be nice. Keep the fire danger down.
Yep.
It was quite dry last night, so I think despite missing a weekend of riding due to rain, this will do us well.
Yeah, I think so too.
We need the water. Isn't that what they say?
Make me crazy.
my worst, most despised saying, but I guess true.
Also true, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well,
awesome.
That was a quick
easy one, quick and dirty.
Basically, 70-90s killer. Come check it out.
Yep, we're here to help.
You can check it out in a whole bunch of different ways. You can come play with it at the store, you can come rent a bike, or you can go do a multi-person demo. So we're trying to hook you up to make sure you get to ride this stuff.
Talk to us. Bye.